What's going on, folks? Today I wanted to take a look at CYBERWORLD HOUND. Now, this is actually my first CYBERWORLD figure. The littler ones never really interested me. When this guy got announced, I fell in love with him instantly. I knew I had to get him. I cannot get enough of this weird Hound amalgamation. Just wish those elbows were bent. Just wish they gave him a little bit of bent elbow. You know, I can live with it with some figures. You know, I've got Ice Pick right here from Monstructor, or Grimlock if you got the duped into buying the Dinobots. And, you know, he's got the same thing. Same exact issue, but I don't know. If I can overlook it on a little guy, I feel like I can try to overlook it on a big guy. Maybe I just need more G1 figures in my collection. That'll set my head straight. We'll get the downsides right out the way. Articulation. So, he can tee. He can rotate. Nothing at the head. Nothing at the waist. Hips can go out that far, can go forward that far, and backwards that far. And then he's got actually a really amazing more than 90 degrees at the knee, which, when combined together, actually leads to some pretty decent crouching poses. Nobody's saying he's the most impressive toy in the world, but, you know, that's better than most of my Transformers. And what really got me with Hound here is his design. Now, what immediately jumps out to me is the face. That face, to me, from the moment I saw it, is a mix of Cybertron Overbite, AoE Hound, and of course, G1 Hound. And then when you look at him from a distance, you start to see some more of that. You know, I think that's where all this fur is coming from, is Overbite, who of course turned into Leo Breaker and Cybertron / Galaxy Force. And I think that's very key to another part of this toy in a moment. You know, obviously the beard is very Hound. And speaking of Hound, here he is next to his The Last Knight figure. And I don't know, I think they look darn good next to each other. We also have first edition Bulkhead, who I don't think he shares too much from, but I definitely see some Bulkhead, especially as we'll get to his alt mode. For Shiggles and Gits, I pulled out my Universe Hound, so we can see these two together. Still love my Universe Hound. One of my very first ever toy reviews I tried on a very old channel of mine. And then show him off with the goat. Here he is with my not official Commander Class Optimus Prime. Now, looking at just CYBERWORLD Hound again, I want to look at his accessories. Let's get the negative out the way first. I do not care for transparent plastic weapons. I didn't like it in Legacy, and I don't care for it here. Now, where this guy gets the pass over something like the CYBERWORLD Soundwave and the rest of this Energon Surge line is he's got an Arctic theme going for him. So at least his clear blue can be like a frost thing. The official transformation would have you do something like this, pegging in all the crap onto him, and then I guess he would just hold the big ice hammer, and now you have Hound charged up and ready for battle. And again, once again, Cybertron and Brush Guard both had this exact same motif. We also have his gimmick. His chest opens up, which reminds me a lot of another guy I forgot to pull out, who I wanted to see next to each other. Cyberverse Ultimates, who I think this is the most apt comparison to. Now, with the Ultimates is Rack and Ruin here being an unfortunate exception, given that he was towards the end of that cycle and was given a lot more love and care put into him than some of the earlier Ultimate figures, who did share a lot of the same limitations as Hound here, which is why I don't have any of them in the collection. My personal way of decoing out Hound, though, we don't need the hammer. Take these bits, put them together like so. Take these ones, do the same thing. And then these have a little handle on them, which will be relevant in vehicle mode. Tab those on. And now you have my preferred way of doing the Wolverine claws, which actually puts them a little further out than the other way we showed did. And yeah, I think that this looks so much cooler. Again, it's still not great. It's still not anything. And because of no elbows, you know, he can really only slice at you. He can get you. He don't get you. But yes, now coming back in here really quick and popping this back open. Again, so that same Cybertron motif with where the matrix is and with this additional detailing on the side here with those crystals. Just reminds me of the spring launcher, the shooter in the middle of Brushguard's chest. And I love the little teeth marks all around it too. I think that just looks so sweet. Again, I love this guy. I know it's a baby toy for babies, but like, man, they nailed him. And the best part, why I can't put this gosh darn toy down. Transformation time for Hound here. First, you want to click the knees in, because Hasbro loves to tell you how to pose your figures these days. Once those are clicked in place, you want to start the automorph gimmick. So get him in a T-pose. I like to grab him from the tip here in the back of his head, and that will unclick. You'll get the automorph, which I'll show off in a second. That goes like that. Bend him at the hips. Fold the arms back around him. There are little tabs in his crotch that you tab those into, and then the legs connect together. And then on the inside of the hands are little tabs that go into the back of the knees. And then this is the part I just can't get over. This is his automorph. So you take this part here, take this chunk, fold it down, and it all accordions out. Get from this angle. See that? It's just so satisfying. 2 really great clicks at the end. And then you're left with Hound. Ready to charge again. And you have one nifty little snowmobile. I love it. I love it. I love it. Exposed hands suck. But you can see, this is what I was talking about with that Hound, or the bulkhead inspiration. This is the same detailing as the Legacy Voyager. So they're definitely trying to get some of that bulkhead in there. This guy is this weird amalgamation of a lot of neat ideas. And again, from the moment I saw this guy, I knew I had to pick him up. He just looks so good. No rolly wheels, just some little plastic nubs, unfortunately, but you know, it is what it is. This is a baby toy for babies after all, I suppose. And of course, why is this empty? So you can ride on top of him. Look at that. Chariot into battle. Let's see, can we get him in focus finally? Now we're gonna have to do it like that. There he is. Ice pick riding Hound into battle. And why that matters is because if we take all of these again, connect it like that. And like that. And then you plug this in up there. And now you got something for your guys to hold on to. Now, an actual CyberWorld figure would be able to hold on to this a bit better. But Icepic's doing a fairly good job manning the guns. I'm assuming this is to play in line with the other boat-themed figures this wave, you know, giving the Autobot something to do. And of course, you can still open that chest up, get that going. Take him out of here. No, I love this guy. While I get my final thoughts, I'll just bulk him out. Plenty of 5mm ports, plenty of 5mm pegs on all of these. I want more CyberWorld figures. I took a look at the wiki, saw what else is coming up, and you know, the boat Soundwave does interest me a lot. I may go for the Soundwave. I may end up going back for Scorponok someday, but for right now, as my sole CyberWorld character, Hound is pretty amazing. I really love how this guy turned out. He's exactly the way I hoped he'd be. And no, I think my biggest trick now is just, what do I call him? You know? I already have too many Hounds, too many bulkheads. Lean towards Alpine. I think Alpine would be cool. And that's been my look at CyberWorld Hound. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.